chemical, social, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
It is.
Economic things.
Because it's all connected one. It's all one.
Because it's, you know, it's the product of our human endeavor collectively. That means we should be able to change it.
Right.
We should have the power to change it.
Mm.
And it may be an uphill struggle. It's not an easy thing to do, but you know, if somebody, you know, doesn't really start, you know, it will never you know, change. Somebody has to start and share the same vision.
And how do you think the most effective way to share a vision is?
Well, probably you would agree, you know, one-on-one dialogue, interaction, right? You know, just, you know, creating a human bond. And
what if human
rather than just you know, here's a book for you to, you know, inspire you and read.
What if the foods and the cell phones, the foods and the drugs and the cell phones that people are taking, what if even if you have the most beautiful one-on-one dialogue with people and they really understand you and they're so thankful for your vision for Kosen Rufu, and they understand, and maybe they even ask you, what is that chant? What is that resonance, that rhythm, that Nam-myoho Renge-kyo? What is that? And maybe they're sincerely interested, but then 15 minutes later, they forgot. They forget that they've had the conversation. There's no way for them to be connected, and they quickly go back to their life. They quickly eat at a corporate supermarket poison food that makes them stupid. And so then how do you deal with all of these recurring obstacles that erase a person's capacity? Like, because, I mean, I've had thousands of wonderful dialogues in which I convert a person from a miserable sack of human misery into a shining Buddha, you know, and I do this all the time. But then the thing that is heartbreaking is that, okay, I have to have faith that I planted a seed in their life, and don't be upset that they don't even remember my name 1 month later, or don't even remember who I am. You know, when you've bonded, and that's a sad fact that time is passing and people's minds and memories don't cooperate. They don't member. Like, being a member is to remember. Like, to remember is to, like you say, renew the membership of the oneness of all life, or your brotherhood, or your friends, but then if a person can't become a member, if they have no memory, if they cannot remember, then, and we're talking about what is a member, like what is remembering, what does the word remember really member to? And I think that's what we get to the core of in Nichiren Buddhism, is like, is there truly a phrase, is there truly an algorithm such as what we chant that is the true connection and the true name of the entire life itself?
Well, you know, the chanting, you know, however wonderful thing it is nothing if nobody really practices, or the, you know, trying to share with others, right? So you know, just as I said earlier, that, you know, you and just as you paraphrased a little earlier, that you know, you have to constantly renew your true state of mind, mission, whatever, you know, passion, and responsibility, so on and so forth, to really maintain and grow. So that means, I think that's where the organization comes in. Because of the organization, there are more opportunities, not just individual, just trying on individual basis, trying to reach out to other people. But if you have some organization that it can facilitate more, more opportunity, providing more opportunities for people to interact, for people to, get inspiration or remember, more opportunities to remember. Just like annual March 16th event is the opportunity to remember the legacy of, Tora's, passing on his mission on to the next generation. And that's not just one past event in the history, but that's something to be renewed every year in our own life, rather than just a text in a history book. And then that comes alive, rather than just like the law doesn't spread itself, because the person spreads the law. Both person and the law are worthy of respect.
Good, worthy of respect, but then one will invariably encounter the 3 obstacles and the 4 devils. Or
right.
4 devils and 3 obstacles. We always get those confused.
It's okay.
It's okay, we both do it.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, we like to do that. That's okay. So worthy of respect, but that's exactly what you will not get if you're a true practitioner. You will get the opposite reaction from the environment.
Right, action and reaction.
Yeah, and so then worthy of respect would mean you would have to have a worthy person who could then be able to give you respect, because the problem is that the people engaged in most systems, engaged in most businesses, are not worthy. They are people who've subjugated themselves to a larger, more rich, a more powerful cause that then does all manner of things. You could be moving bombs and you don't even know it. But and so your vital force, your life force, being used by an organization that is part of expedient means, like every, even if you're a part of a company that ships radiation devices or huge pieces of equipment that are insanely valuable, that probably don't create any value, but then everything under the sun is expedient means according to the Lotus Sutra, so then you can't disparage your work, even if you're a bomb maker, right? If everything is if that's how you make your living,
but you have a choice.
You have a choice, right? But then the manner of your work defines your character too, right? Defines who you are psychologically.
Right.
Because it is who you are and it is your action. So in Buddhism they talk about correct action. So then,
Yeah, but for example, sometimes you may have to engage in some, profession that's not really good for the society or whatever, just to make a living.
Right.
Right. And it may be the case, yeah, of course you have to make a living, otherwise you don't survive, and that's a very vital thing. But at the same time, you can chant so that you don't have to do that, or, and, find a way to be out of that situation. So that's a choice you can make. And sometimes, yeah, because of the circumstances, you have to do something you don't really want to do. But you can move on. You don't have to stay in that condition forever and just accept as that, oh, that's the way it is. You can get out of that situation by, making a determination and making an effort and pray